as we're getting ready here for the opening tip between Jim Maley and Brandon Davis. As Jim has the 2-inch height advantage, he might win this tip here.
Let's see what we got here, Dan.
And they're ready to rock and roll here.
Yes, we are. The fans have been ready for about an hour now, so let's release this energy.
Brandon Davis wins the tip, gets it into Tim Brasic off the glass, no good. Gets his own rebound and loses it to LT, as LT will walk it up now.
I can't hear anything, Dan. This is crazy. I'm telling you.
As LT tries to set up some offense right now. And number 10, Bill Clubber, has got the ball to Cordy Forts. Inside to Jim Maley, no good. Rebound to Brandon Davis.
There's your big man, Dan, getting the ball.
Chatone Powers sets up some offense. Top of the key to Brasic, swing it to Harris. Top of the key back to Powers. Spin move inside. Puts up a shot, and it's good for Chatone Powers.
That's almost like Jordan right there. Chatone is great.
As now Chris Green brings it up for LT. 2-0 early on with 7:11 to go in the first period. As they're looking for Maley on the inside against Brandon Davis. That's going to be the key matchup tonight. And it's out of bounds, LT ball.
That was an odd buzzer there, Dan. They need to get that buzzer fixed over there, Dan.
I can't hear it anyway, so it doesn't even matter. Is Bill Clubber is inbounding the ball to Eric Gardstrom. And Clubber takes a shot, misses. Rebound goes to Peter Harris, gets it to Tim. Tim's going to look to push to the basket here. He's going all the way. Kicks it back out, but there's a foul called before the shot attempt by Merrill. RB will have it out of bounds, I do believe. Fouls on Jim Maley, his first.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, finish.
Right. Maley's a pretty big guy. I mean, he is a little bit taller than Davis, but Davis has the size advantage. I mean, not vertical size, but horizontal size here. So Davis might be able to push him around down there and get the boards.
As Tim Brasic gets the ball at the top of the key right now, trying to get a screen. And it looks like LT is in 1-3-1 right now. 1-3-1 defense, or 1-2-2, I'm sorry. Brasic's looking for a cutter. He gets Peter Harris, who tries to kick it back out. It almost gets stolen. And Peter Harris is going to be called for a travel right there as he fell down with the ball. The fans to our right are looking for a foul call there, but there was nothing really dirty about that.
No, not really dirty. Nothing really dirty about that, Dan. He fell down. Travel, take it, you know.
As LT's trying to set up some offense again, looking for Maley on the inside. They're looking for Maley and Eric Gardstrom on the inside. That's who they primarily go to in their game. They're not a high-scoring team like RB. They get it done dirty on the inside. Maley turns and fires. It's no good. Rebounded by Gardstrom. He puts it up and in for LT, and the game's tied 2-2. 6 minutes remaining in the first period.
Yeah, you got Tim and Chatone here setting up the Bulldogs offense. They normally just push it up and set up the offense here for the Bulldogs.
As Brandon Davis kisses it off the glass and good. His first basket, and RB's up 4-2. Now RB fans go crazy now.
It's going to be a little seesaw action here, Dan. One fan cheers, the other one boos, one fan cheers.
The Bulldogs are in a man-to-man defense right now. They're not doing a zone. He drives it all the way to the hoop, no good. Rebounded by Powers, and he'll bring it up.
He really wanted that ball, Dan.
Can't deny Chatone when Chatone wants it. There goes Tim at the top of the key, swinging it to Merrill. Looking for Davis on the inside. Top of the key to Harris. Wants to pop it, pops it for three, and it's no good. And a poor rebound there by LT to let the ball hit the ground. As they come up now, looking to tie the game. And that's a foul on Chatone Powers, I do believe. Yes, it is. His first of the game.
It's okay.
It might be a shooting foul as he was in the act of shooting. And it is. He's going to go to the line for a 1-and-1, I do believe. This is Cortez Fort right now. Another interesting name to pronounce.
Yes, it is, Dan. We've had our share of interesting names this year behind the camera here.
And he makes the second one, bounces that one in. LT's now down by 1. It's early going in the game. I would be surprised if either team got a big lead early. Look for the third and fourth quarters when one of the teams should stretch it out. Hopefully it'll be RB.
Yeah.
The second one's good as well, tying the game as Tim Brasic will bring it up right now.
See what Timmy can do here. Maybe he'll probably try and dish it off to Chatone or something.
And they're looking for Brandon Davis on the inside. And Chatone falls down looking for the foul. No call. Misses it. Peter Harris fights for that rebound. He gets across court to Merrill, inside to Brandon Davis, kisses it off the glass once again, and good. His second basket of the game, and RB jumps right back out 6-4.
Peter Harris is a key player on this team. He doesn't get too much attention, but he's really one of the key points of this RB's success on this basketball team.
You know, the atmosphere here tonight is very entertaining, Nat.
Yes, it is, Dan.
It's better than a Bulls game. You got a small gymnasium packed to the brim.
Yes, we do. Oh, man, it is packed in here. I haven't seen fans like this since our Joliet Catholic game, Dan.
Yeah, that was interesting as well. As Merrill pops a three from the top of the key, and that's no good. Rebounded by LT. It's 6-6 now with 4 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the first period.
I'm noticing something here that with some of these shots here, the Bulldogs aren't really fighting for those rebounds. It's like they're letting LT pick them up.
And there goes Maley to the inside, his first basket of the game, the senior guard. He's listed as a guard, yet he's 6'7" and plays inside. So I don't know what that's about, but his first basket of the game. He scored 32 points in the first outing against the Bulldogs earlier in the year. There's a steal by LT. They're going to look to push it up again. Maley swings it. The clubber, no good. Rebounded by Chatone. Chatone's pushing it up now, although he may slow up now and set up some offense, waiting for Brasic.
Hey, Tim and Chatone here like to pass it around a bit, get the momentum on their side.
And Merrill pops a three from the top of the key again, and it's no good. Back of the iron. Before the game, Merrill, Brasic, and Powers competed in the three-point competition. Their arms may be getting a little tired now as they had to shoot up about 50 shots.
I mean, you were talking about this before the game started, Dan, about how a three-point contest before the game may be a bad thing. It may get the players tired a bit and their arms tired, so they'll be shooting less productively throughout the game.
Well, that's what I would think, but they decided to have it before the game. As LT's going to the line right now, getting the foul on the inside. I can hardly hear myself talk.
Yeah, I can hardly hear myself talk as well. These fans are crazy tonight, Dan.
As Eric Gardstrom goes to the line. He makes the first one. And LT's now up by 3, 9-6. They've jumped out to two-possession lead now. If he can make the second. The referees are going to have a little conference over here. Maybe he thought it was a 1-1. Or he's getting the camera backing up there.
Oh, our camera guy's in the way there, Dan. Maybe he'll get in trouble over there.
Brasic fixed the net. All the LT players apparently were too lazy to jump up there themselves.
And, Tim's got to pick up the dirty work for RB and LT apparently tonight.
Gardstrom going to attempt a second. And that's no good. Rebounded by Peter Harris, his second of the game.
That's what I mean about Peter Harris. He's always there. He's always in the middle of the action. He's always doing something for the team. He deserves more attention.
Chatone Powers gets it to Brasic on the inside. Brasic fakes, fires. It's no good. Rebounded by Peter Harris off the glass. No good. And I think Peter Harris was called for an offensive foul there.
On what? What did he do?
I think he might have been over the back there. I didn't have a good angle from over here. I'm trusting our wonderful referees that we have.
I don't know if I should be doing that.
As LT can't get the ball out of the front court now. They have about 5 seconds, and they get it across. Now they break it, but they throw it out of bounds. Apparently, nobody wanted to touch the ball.
I guess they might have seen an LT jersey in the Riverside Brookfield side over here, and pass it to that.
It's kind of awkward. As it'll be RB's ball. They're down by 3 with 2:45 left. RB's only scored 6 points. They're a high-scoring game. They got to start getting the ball inside more to Davis. He had good luck early. Brasic fires a three, and it's good from the top of the key. Tim
Brasic. Always reliable from the three-point stripe.
That he is. Matter of fact, 3 weeks ago, Tim broke the single-season all-time record on one game for threes with 9. He broke Randy Ramsey's record. So Tim should probably put up his share of threes.
I'm having a little mic trouble here, Dan. My mic's going limp.
Jim Maley connects on that shot for the LT Lions. Brasic sets it up now. Bulldogs are down by 2. Oh, Chatone wanted to pop that. As Merrill gets to the top of the key. Down low to Davis, who's getting triple teamed. Down low to Merrill. No foul call.
Where's the foul on that?
There should have been a foul on that. There was a lot of body banging down there. And now he's called for travel, so maybe that was a makeup call there. LT gets called for travel, and it'll be RB ball.
I want to say something here, but we've got a ref standing right in front of us here, so I want to keep us a little quiet here for a minute.
Tom McCluskey's been yelling at his guys to get going. I think what they're going to try to do is try to get the ball inside to Davis on a pick and roll right there. Brasic almost fouls down, keeps his balance off the glass, and good for Tim Brasic, man. You can't do it any better than that. Brasic now has 5 points in the game. You know, the last 3 games, Brasic's been averaging close to 20 points. He's been coming up big for the Bulldogs.
Yes, he.
Oh. Look at some contact, no foul call. And Forte drives to the lane, and it's up and good.
I guess the refs are going to try and let him play tonight, Dan.
It's 13-11 LT early on. 1 minute left to go in the first period. As Peter Harris gets the ball on the wing, looks inside to Brasic. Brasic off the glass and up and in. 7 points now for Brasic. He's a machine inside and outside.
You got to love this atmosphere here, Dan. There's nothing else like this. It's an amazing feeling.
As LT's trying to set up some offense. So once again, the Bulldogs are in a man-to-man defense. They're not in a zone. So LT really has no cutters available from a zone. But Maley's got it outside, and he dribbles it out of bounds. It'll be RB ball. Jim Maley kind of stumbled over his feet over there.
He's a big guy. You expect him to stumble over his feet. He's probably got like gumboats over there, you know?
Yeah, big guy. I don't see he has big feet, though, Nat.
You got pretty big feet.
I should be that tall, yeah, no.
What do you got, 16s, I think?
I got 16s, yeah. As Tim brings it up for the Bulldogs. It's tied 13-13 with 38 seconds left. Now maybe the Bulldogs will hold for one last shot, although they're not a conservative offense like that. Maybe get a quick bucket here and hope to get it back as they get it inside to Brandon Davis. Triple teamed out to Willie, wanted a 3. Back inside to Davis, turnaround jumper, no good. Rebounded by Maley. He's pushing it up right now with 22 seconds left to go in the first period. Dishes off to Forte, no good. It was blocked there by Chatone. And here we go, the Bulldogs got it out. Brasic, almost gives that ball up. The Powers collected it. You got 10 seconds left. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Merrill pops a 3 from the top of the key. No good. LT gets the rebound. Maley fires a long court shot, and that's no good. So after 1 period of play, Riverside Brookfield Bulldogs and the Lyons Township Lions are tied at 13. We'll be right back on RBTV.
And welcome back to Bulldog Classics. I'm Luke Jebb, and we're still watching the Regional Championship basketball game from 2001. The game features your Riverside Brookfield Bulldogs and the Lyons Township Lions. The score is 13-13 at the end of the first quarter, so now we're going to turn it over to Chatone Powers, one of the players from the game, to kind of give us a little down low on what was happening in the first quarter.
Well, once we started the first quarter, it was a slow start. Both teams started off slow from the field.
Sure.
Like we said before, Tim and I got a fast break, and he gave it to me, and I gave it back, a nice give-and-go layup. So we got off to a rough start, really slow, not the way we want to play, and we picked it up eventually.
Tim, you want anything to add to that?
Yeah, like Coach was saying earlier, we were a really running gun team. It was kind of like what we did in football. Chatone and I love to just get up and push the ball. And I love to rebound, so I can get out and look for him. And when they take that away, it was tough for us. So
sure.
They kind of got us the way they wanted us, and it was evident with only 13 points in the first quarter.
Yeah, making them play their game.
Yeah.
And,
Coach.
I remember telling the team before the game in the team room that in the state tournament, a game like this, points are going to be harder to come by. I mean, people are saying it now in the NBA and the playoffs, and I say that to every team every year. So you have to have the mindset just to move on and not worry about it if things get tough with scoring points, because sometimes it's common in state tournaments that everybody's so jacked up that the defense is just really playing hard and points are sometimes difficult, and this was the case in this first quarter.
Sure. So with that in mind, what exactly, is that what you told your players, and or were there any adjustments, I suppose, that you could make for the second quarter?
I don't think we made any huge adjustments. We had a system, we believed in it, and it worked all great for us. We won 18 games in a row, and we were confident, and it's just something mentally you have to climb through and eventually keep playing. It's a game of runs, and you just got to play with that mindset, just to keep moving forward, and it's too big at stake. I always say make one mistake at a time, move on, and go from there.
Okay, cool. Well, like I said before, 13-13 at the end of the first quarter. It's a great game so far, RB versus LT, and let's go check out the second quarter action.
Hello and welcome back to Riverside Brookfield High School, and welcome back to the second quarter where the score is all tied up at 13-13 between the Riverside Brookfield Bulldogs and Lyons Township Lions.
In the first quarter, it was kind of like a feeling out process there. The Bulldogs were down by as much as 4. They did take a 2-point lead, and they're just kind of feeling each other out there. Maybe in the third quarter, the Bulldogs will make that push like they did Wednesday against OPRF.
Maybe I would hope they would, Dan. I would hope they would do it now and not wait that long, because LT's got the support of their fans tonight, and anything can happen when you got support of the people.
Chris Green on the top of the key. He's looking to swing it. And does to Dave Stawinski back to Green. There could have been a traveling call there. RB fans get enraged. Goes inside, and there is a foul or no, or apparently it's just out of bounds off of LT.
I think it might have been a travel there.
Yeah, there was no signal from the refs, but we're kind of assuming that considering RB's bringing up the ball right now.
It's our ball. That's all that matters.
As Tim looks to set up some more offense, you got Britt Davis in there now, who checked in for Willie Merrill. Otherwise, the same 4 other guys for the Riverside Brookfield Bulldogs. Brasic had 7 points, 7 of the 13 points in the first period. And Brandon Davis had 4, so between them two, they had 11 of the 13 points.
They may be using your strategy, Dan, and going inside with the big man and trying to get their points there. So we'll see if they continue with that.
As they go inside to Brandon Davis off the glass.
There you go.
Again.
There you go.
Brandon Davis, that's the 6th point of the game, so him and Brasic now have 13 of the 15 points. You know, Brasic has been trying to post up a little bit too. I didn't know if he would be doing that. The first time all year I've seen him been doing that, but apparently he thinks he could take Forte, who it looks like he has an inch or 2 advantage over him. It's no good, and Britt Davis, who just checked in, gets the rebound.
Britt Davis is a real good player, Dan, and this guy hustles every play. He gets up there in the rebounds, the shots, everything.
You know, this is only his 3rd game playing on the varsity level. He's a sophomore. He played on the sophomore team. In the Sycamore game a week ago, that's an air ball by Peter Harris. The Sycamore game a week ago, Britt made his debut on varsity, and he's playing in a really important game tonight, so it just shows you how much confidence McCluskey has in him.
Yeah, it does, Dan, and hopefully Britt Davis can come through for his coach and his team and help them come away with a victory tonight.
Forte, a little 4-foot jumper bounces in, so LT evens the game up back at 15 as Brasic looks to push it up.
This is a very exciting game, Dan. I can't get over it.
Yeah, it's good analyzing there, Nat. As Brasic kicks it back out to Powers, spins in the lane, puts up a shot off the glass, no good, gets his own rebound, tip, no miss. And it is out of bounds, RB ball. It was out on Jim Maley, the big guy over there, number 20. So it'll be RB ball as Powers will look to pass it in. You got, they'll probably just get it out to Britt at half court as a safety valve. And they get it to Brandon Davis there.
Yeah, that guy was a little rough there, what you're telling. The fans didn't like that too much, but we still got the ball. That's all that matters.
As Brasic goes to the sideline. Oh, that was a bad miss there by Brasic, but at least they're trying to get from the outside. They're not settling for those outside jumpers like they did against Sycamore. Their last loss, the Bulldogs that were recorded. And that shot's good by Jim Maley. As LT jumps in front now, 17-15. Maley, has 8 points? 6 points? 6 points now for Maley, who had 32, as I mentioned, probably 5 times by now. As Powers misses that.
Yeah, RB is not, they're not hitting their shots too well tonight, Dan. They're not being too crisp from the field here.
No, it's still early, and like I said, Powers, Brasic, and Merrill had to do the 3-point competition, so I don't know if that hurt them or helped them. They probably would say it didn't do either, but you know, it's still early. It's third quarter, the Bulldogs should push it out.
Hopefully.
As Chris Green pushes it up now. Gets it to Bill Clubber. He's looking inside to Maley. Back out to Clubber. Inside to Forte, and it's up and no good. Rebound by Maley. Loose ball rebound there. He's being guarded by Britt Davis. That's a tough assignment. Oh, that's a bad shot there. It's a bad shot by Maley. He's looking at the
over the back there, Dan.
He's looking at the refs for a foul there, but that was just horrible. He overshot that by about 3 feet.
Yeah, Davis was nowhere near him on that one, Dan. He was at least 2 feet away from when he shot that ball, and he just missed it on his own. I think he was a little shocked.
You know, Britt Davis has a tough defensive matchup, considering it's only his 3rd varsity game. He has to guard one of the best players in our area, Jim Maley. That's a tough assignment for Britt. Then get a track on offense over here as Britt's at the top of the key. Swings it to Powers inside to Brandon Giles, who checked in. That's no good, but a foul was called as Brandon Giles will get to go to the line for 2.
Brandon Giles is a senior on the team right here, Dan, and maybe I would assume that McCluskey may go with his seniors tonight with the experience factor. And on the floor right now, we do see a majority of seniors. I believe Britt Davis is the only non-senior on the court right now, Dan.
And that you are correct. As Brandon Giles misses the first free throw. You got the fans down here. I wouldn't want to shoot on this end, even if I was for RB or for LT. They got the both of the fans back there.
I don't know, Dan. It's going to be very distracting for the players to shoot at this end of the court with the fans going all crazy like this.
As Giles misses both. He can't be doing that all night.
No, they cannot. They got seize the opportunity when they get the free throws and make both, or if so, make one.
As Maley gets it to Forte at the top of the key. He swings it to Clubber, who's looking inside to Maley. Gets it to him. He's double teamed. He's looking to get the ball out. He gets it to Chris Green at the top of the key. Swings it to Forte. They're being patient. They're looking for the inside there. As Forte gets it blocked by Chaton Powers, his second block of the game. For a little man, Chaton could get up awful high.
Yes, he can. Chaton's playing very excited tonight. He's going up there with everything, blocking, rebounding, shooting. He's doing it all tonight, as he does every night.
As Chris Green gets it into Clubber, goes down the sideline, tries to get it inside to Maley, but it's stolen by Chaton Powers. Bulldogs got a 2-on-1, and Chaton Powers goes in for the layup from an assist by Tim Brasic. And the Bulldogs even up the score at 17.
That's some sweet stuff right there, Dan. Chaton Powers, what else can you say? Man.
As Bill Clubber fires a three, and that's no good. Nice box out there by Britt Davis. As Peter Harris comes up with a loose ball rebound.
Just fighting with his own teammates over the rebound over there, Dan.
As Tim Brasic drives it in, puts up a shot, and it's good for Tim. He has 9 points. Tim Brasic is 9 points of the Bulldogs 19. And RB finally gets back on top, 19-17.
The Bulldogs came to play tonight, Dan. They're not going to leave anything out on the court. They're going to do it all tonight, do everything they can within their power to win this game.
Well, they're going to have to. It's single elimination regional play right now. As Maley misses that shot. Inside rebound by number 32, Eric Gardstrom, and he's going to get to go to the line as he was fouled there by Brandon Giles. So LT's going to have an opportunity now to even the score back up.
Let's see if he can possibly miss one or both of these free throw shots to keep it at 19-17, Dan.
You know, I'm sure our viewers turned in to see the pregame show, but what did Tim and Mr. McCluskey, the coach, have to say?
Well, as far as I asked Tim what the emotions were like in the locker room after the big win over Oak Park River Forest. He said they were pretty pumped up in the locker room. You know, they're pumping each other up, saying, "Great game, guys. You know, let's bring it out here today and do the same thing." I also proceeded to ask Coach McCluskey about any possible strategy he's going to have tonight. He said pretty much what you alluded to, working on the inside with Brandon Davis, that is, and getting the boards, the inside shots, and everything they can do inside.
And the Bulldogs have been doing that so far, as Tim Brasic's been he's trying to cut backdoor here. As Powers drives it to the rim, it's no good. No offensive foul. As Eric Gardstrom did the smart thing and just covered his head. Brandon Davis was stomping around down there.
I think he may have hurt his head. I think he may have hit it off the floor there, Dan.
As you got Eric Anderson in there, number 25. Jim Maley spins a shot up, no good, but he's fouled. And LT's going to have an opportunity to get the lead right now as they trail by 1, 19-18, with 2:30 left to go in the first half.
I'm trying to think of what else. I also asked some of McCluskey what some of his keys were in this game. I alluded to the inside play, the rebounding, and he also mentioned, taking good shots, getting good looks, and making the best out of the good looks that you get. Don't force shots that aren't there. So it's basically a pretty simple game plan for tonight. Come out and play and do all that you can.
As Maley makes the first, he has 7 points now. He's going to try to give LT the lead. The second one's good as well. He now has 8 points, and LT has a 20-19 lead. Brasic now is going to push it up for the Bulldogs. Oh, Brasic, nice crossover, pumps a three, and it's good for Tim Brasic. That was pretty.
That was money from Tim Brasic there, Dan. No one shoots it better than Tim Brasic.
No one has better moves than Tim.
Chaton might.
Yeah, Chaton might. Took him right out of his shoes there, but Maley answers right back and evens the score at 22. I have a feeling the whole night's going to be like this.
I hope it is.
Brasic fires a jumper, and that bounces around the rim, no good. Offensive rebound, Chaton Powers. He gets fouled. He'll go to the line for 2.
I'm getting a little pumped up here myself, Dan. I love this. Let's see what Chaton can do from the line here.
Chaton has 4 points in tonight's game so far. Chaton, Tim, and Brandon Davis have scored all of the Bulldog points, 22 so far. Chaton attempting the first shot, and that's good. Bulldogs now jump out in front.
Yeah, Chaton is a 68% free throw shooter here, Dan, so he should possibly nail both here.
And it looks like the LT fans are holding up some pictures of Chaton up there. and we should thank them for their help. Chateau makes both the free throws, and RB's up 24-22.
You have to admire the creativity, Dan.
Some backcourt pressure. Anderson gets it across. The clubber now Maley looks to drive it inside. Oh, that's a travel. If it's not called, that's a horrible call.
I think they did call the travel, Dan.
No, they called it a loose ball foul there on the Bulldogs. Yeah, McCluskey made the motion. Should have been a traveling. That was like 3.5 steps.
That was a Patrick Ewing step right there, Dan. 1, 2.5, one more, you know.
Chaton's going to get a rest right now as Willie Merrill checks back into the game. And Tim, Brandon Davis, and Peter Harris have been out there the entire game. They got to be getting pretty tired. As Britt Davis comes up with the steal right now, Bracek's running. He's trying to push it up. He's going to back him down, maybe get a fadeaway here. That he does. It's no good off the glass.
I don't know if that was such a smart move there by Tim. I know he's a great player and all that, but he did have Britt Davis open up here on the top of the key. He could have worked something out over there.
There's no foul call. There's a big collision out here toward us. As Maley puts in the cheap hoop there. And LT ties the game once again, 24-24, as Maley has 12 points now. And we're getting a foul called on Willie Merrill, setting a pick. And these referees aren't that favorable now by the RB fans, as Merrill's upset.
Man, oh man, these referees are not going to have a fun time getting out of here tonight, Dan. They're going to.
None of us are, man. There's about 4,000 of us here tonight.
Yes, there is. There was 8,000 at the Joliet Catholic game, so it's about half of that.
As Eric Anderson will go to the line now for a 1-and-1, as the LT Lions are now in the bonus. With 1:14 remaining in the first half. It's still a low-scoring game. It looks like RB's playing at LT's pace. Only 24 points scored. As Anderson misses the first rebound over the top by Tim Bracek, and he's going to get called for that. I saw that one coming.
Yeah. You know, Tim should have known better than to do that. You know, he should have seen that foul was going to be coming, you know.
Well, you know what? Brandon Davis gave the ball up to Chaton right there as both jumped up. And you see Chaton went over there to talk to Brandon. And Tim, though he didn't make any contact with LT players there, he was over the top. So I guess you kind of got to give that to him. And what's his name? Eric Gardstrom goes back to the line for a 1-and-1. Drains the first as LT now grabs the lead.
You can't be giving them easy shots like this, Dan. You have to control your fouls and use them intelligently.
And he makes the second one, and LT's now up by 2. Bracek will bring it up for the Bulldogs here, and they should set up some offense and look to get it inside to Brandon Davis. He's 3 for 3 so far tonight, or he's 3 for 4. All 3 baskets, so right against the glass, so that's what they should look for. As Bracek drives it in, kicks it back out to Powers, who pops a 3, and it's no good. It's rebounded by Eric Anderson. Jim Maley's going to push it up now with 50 seconds remaining in the first half. He's guarded by Britt Davis there. And there's Chris Green swinging it. They're looking inside to Maley, and it's stolen. Nice job by Britt Davis right there. As Tim Bracek pulls up for the little 14-footer, it's no good off the top of the backboard. As Bracek gets the rebound there with 30 seconds remaining. And it's an offensive foul called on Peter Harris. These referees are really starting to get me mad. That's the third horrible call involving an RB player.
I don't know what's going on here tonight, Dan. I think they may have been paid off by LT over here. I'm speechless. I'm speechless.
But Peter Harris is upset now, so you got Peter, you got Willie, and you got Tim who are upset at these referees. They can't show it, though, or else RB's not going to get any favorable calls of their own in the second half. So we're coming up on 20 seconds remaining as LT has a 2-point lead right now, and they might hold for the final shot. They're just swinging the ball. Eric Anderson gets it over to Chris Green, who swings it to Jim Maley at the center of the court. And that's what he's going to try to do, take Britt Davis one-on-one. Britt's playing good defense over there. And trying to get it back to Maley. He got it at the top of the key. 2-1, fires. It's no good, out of bounds. And that concludes the first half of the play. The RB is trailing the Lyons Township Lions 26-24. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after halftime here on RB TV.
And welcome back to Bulldog Classics. I'm Luke Jebb, and we're watching the RB versus LT 2001 Regional Championship basketball game. It's been a great game so far. We're at halftime, and RB's down by a bucket. We're down 24-26. Chaton, what were you thinking about, kind of going into halftime, just down by 1 bucket to a really good team?
Well, we went in to this game knowing we can play
Sure.
with them, and to be down at halftime by 1 bucket, it's okay. You know, they finished 4th in the state, like Coach said previously. And we just wanted to come out and just speed things up for the second half.
Sure. Tim, what are you thinking at this point?
I mean, we were still fairly confident. We had a lot of, we've been in situations like this before. Sure. We really felt like we were the favorites in the game. It was at our home court. The fans were behind us. It was huge.
There's a ton of LT fans too, though.
Yeah, a ton of LT fans, but we felt good. They were slowing us down, which was kind of tough, but we knew we were going to get out and run our offense, and we knew some outside shots were going to fall.
Sure.
We were shooting some outside shots. We were just missing. I remember I had a really good right to left crossover. I hit a pull-up 3. So we were getting in the groove of things going, and we knew it was just a matter of time before everything really started clicking for us.
Okay, Coach, what do you want to add to that? Like, what are you telling your troops at halftime? What is your game plan? Continue pushing the tempo?
Well, I was positive. I just am always wired to think that we're going to win, and wanted to get it going. And definitely, we wanted to push the tempo. We wanted to get it up tempo, and just a game of runs, and we needed to hit some shots. And I was very positive. I remember that.
Okay, fair enough. Shatone, you want to add anything to that?
Like Coach said, we wanted to come out and just play our game, play Bulldog basketball,
Sure.
and I think eventually we got comfortable. That was probably the biggest crowd we played in front of. So it's nerves, and we were 18, 17 at that time. So to be able to perform at that level is pretty amazing to me.
Okay, individually, Tim, what's going through your head? Are you saying kind of what Shatone was saying? Are you comfortable with where you're at in the game, or are you a little phased?
Yeah, I felt pretty good. Coach is just awesome and just always encouraged us, always built us up, and we just always carried that kind of swagger, that confidence with us.
Sure.
That's just kind of something you have as an athlete that just competes. We had that from football, and just from the years we played together. Shatone and I were, both 3-year. I was a 4-year starter. He was a 3-year starter coming over from Proviso East. And so Shatone and I knew we were going to just get after it. And also our role guys, Shatone and I, we both had to set the example so other people on the team, Peter Harris, Brandon Davis, they saw, the way we were carrying ourselves. We didn't want to let anybody think we were worried or defeated, because when the leaders look that way, it carries down.
Yeah.
And we didn't want to give that, and it comes from the top. Coach didn't give any negative stuff to us, so Shatone and I just carried it out, and we were confident.
All right. So, Coach, what matchups are you looking at as maybe kind of key things for the second half? Anybody in particular?
Definitely Peter Harris on Melee. We have a very strong help concept to our defense, and we have to give help, and everybody's got to rotate to certain positions. And if you want to run, you got to get rebounds. And so we wanted to get some rebounds, get some outlets, and go from there. But again, I was very positive and confident that we were going to have a good second half.
Sure, and eventually you're going to have to start making shots.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so I think that's pretty much everything for the first half. We're down by a bucket, like I said earlier, 24-26. The score going into the third quarter. So let's check out the third quarter action.
Maley scored 12 points for them, but every time Britt was on him, Maley never got off a shot, and Britt had 2 steals against Maley. And Britt will start off the game right in front of us here, number 10. He did a really good job.
This is a very good experience for Britt Davis. He's getting the playoff experience that he's going to use next year when he's on varsity, and he's going to be leading the team on varsity next year.
As Bracek tries a behind the back door pass there. Sorry, rest of my lingo. And LT comes away with the turnover now. As Chris Green sets it up. He's looking for Maley, who pops the jumper, and it's good. Speak of the devil, Jim Maley connects from about the free throw line. He has 14 points now, and LT goes up by 4.
Yeah, like I was pointing out during the break here, Dan, that last time the Bulldogs played LT, Maley had 32 points, I believe. He's at, 14 now, I believe. He would need to get 16 points. Sorry, go ahead.
As they're looking for Maley again, they're swinging it to Forte. Forte drives in, dumps it off to Maley, who puts it up and in. And apparently it was a foul on Jim Maley. And RB gets the ball there. The fan almost stumbled onto us here. Bracek brings it up on the right side. He's looking for Powers right there, who pops a three-pointer, and it's no good. Rebounded by LT, Bill Clubber. As LT looks to set up some offense there, and Bracek, Powers almost comes away with the steal right there against Forte. Chris Green is the point guard out there right now, number 22. And Bill Clubber will pass in the ball right now, number 10 for LT, who's up by 4.
Yeah, you mentioned that in the first half that the second half would be the key, where one team would pull away from the other, and LT's trying to do that right now, Dan.
As Forte puts up a shot, it's no good, but a foul is called on Chaton Powers, and once again, RB is not agreeing with these calls, and it's just kind of evident that RB's getting on the short side of the stick tonight.
It's the same ref each time, Dan.
We're getting hosed, Nat. We're getting hosed.
And we're getting hosed in our own house.
And Forte, yeah, really. Forte goes to the line now for a 1-and-1 or for 2 shots.
It's been the same ref each time, though, Dan.
He misses both, and you can see Coach Otto Zeman from football team in the middle of your window right now. Apparently he's aiming at him, and there's some old people viewing the game.
Yes.
And Forte puts up the second one, and it's no good as well as he misses both. Rebounded by Brandon Davis, gets it to Tim Bracek, who's going to push the ball up right now.
Maybe the RB fans are getting to him over there, Dan.
As Powers gets it on the top of the key. They got to look for Brandon Davis on the inside, and that's what Peter Harris is trying to do. Britt Davis pops a 3, and it's no good. Rebounded by LT once again as Forte hands the ball off to Chris Green, who'll bring it up. They're up by 4, and RB hasn't scored yet. There's 6 minutes left in the third period. As Bill Clubber now looks for Forte. And an offensive foul called finally. Finally a call on RB's favor. You can hear all the LT fans.
It was a different ref this time, Dan. I'm telling you, that guy has something against the Bulldogs. I don't know what it is, but he's got something against him.
It was Bracek. Dribbles it up right now. And the Bulldogs look to set up some offense, not being hasty as they were at times. Brandon Davis, inside misses it from point-blank range. Tim Bracek comes up with the rebound.
Got a wrestling match here at half court.
Bracek takes him off the dribble, pops a jumper, and it's good from the top of the key. Tim Bracek now has 14 points for the Bulldogs. He had 12 in the first half.
Could always count on Tim Bracek for a shot like that, Dan. He's a clutch player, no matter what sport he's playing.
That he is. As Clubber looks to get it to Chris Green over here. He's looking inside to Maley, who's still being guarded by Britt Davis. It's kind of interesting that McCluskey would put Britt on Maley tonight, as Maley is their best player, and it's stolen by Chaton Powers. Britt Davis comes up with it, gets it to Tim Bracek. The Bulldogs are going to look to do some damage on offense.
Yeah, you got Tim here setting up the offense here for the Bulldogs. He goes in for the layup, and he gets it.
As Tim Bracek connects again. He has 16 points now. And the Bulldogs have the lead. Or no, the Bulldogs are tied, 28 all, with 4:55 remaining in the third period. Is Bill Clubber looking inside to get it to Maley. He can't get it there. Forte's taking Powers off the dribble, and it gets stolen by Peter Harris. And here we go, the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs are on 2-on-4. They might want to slow it up right now.
There's Peter Harris, Dan. What did I tell you? This guy's always in the middle of the key plays. Always.
And Britt Davis drives it in and puts it off the glass. Clutch play there by the sophomore forward. Britt Davis, his first bucket of the night. And the RB now has the 30-28 lead.
Yes, they have regained the lead right now, Dan. As you said, 30-28. And let's see if they can keep it.
As Clubber drives it in, almost blocked there by Brandon Davis, and the two RB Bulldogs go for the rebound. Off of both of them, it'll be LT ball.
I believe it was the two brothers there, Brandon Davis and Britt Davis, going up for that same rebound, and they caused each other to miss it there.
Are they brother?
Yes, they are, Dan.
They are.
I went to school with them at Camargue. Yes, they are brothers.
Oh, that's new information to me. As Maley puts it up, it's no good. Oh, Stone's diving to the floor, trying to get the loose ball there. And Clubber in the corner from a bad pass. And what's the call there?
It looks like it may be LT ball.
I do believe so, and Tom McCluskey calls a 20-second timeout to regroup with his Bulldogs here, who have the 30-28 lead with 4 minutes remaining. Just a reminder, you can check us out on the internet at rbtv.tv. Nat and I will have a page up there pretty soon. There's links to all the programs at RBTV and all the people behind the scenes that you don't normally get to see.
Yeah, I frequent that site quite a bit, Dan. I've been waiting for them to update it a little bit, get me and you on there, and it's very exciting that we're going to have our own little links on there and everything like that, Dan, Little reminder, you are watching RBTV.
En fuego, Nat.
En fuego.
En fuego. As both teams come out from the timeout now. And you got the LT fans chanting at the RB fans. And you know what? I really hate to say this, but look how many LT fans there are, and then look how many RB fans there are. There's something wrong about that, considering we're at RB.
Well, there's 3 sections here of RB fans, and they're all full, Dan. So,
Well, students-wise, Nat. Don't get smart with me ever again. As Forte drives into the hoop against Peter Harris, puts up a wild shot that's no good and collected by someone, hopefully. As Powers gets to the ball. Nope. There'll be a jump ball called, and it'll be LT ball. There's a jump ball called as Powers diving all over the place and comes up for naught.
we had round 2 here, Dan, right in front of us.
What'd you say?
We had round 2 here, Dan, right in front of us.
The round 3 will be in the parking lot if LT wins tonight, I can tell you that much. As Chris Green brings it up right now. You know, we're playing at LT's pace. You know, the Bulldogs score 70 to 80 points a game. We only have 30 so far. As LT's a low-scoring game, they get it done on the inside with Maley, and there's a foul by Britt Davis.
That's an okay foul. Britt's got to let know Maley that he's there. Can't let him get too comfortable inside there.
That he can't. And it'll be out of bounds for LT. The Bulldogs, it's only second team foul here in the second half, so they're still good. As LT's going to pass it in. They get it in to Maley, who fires a little jumper, and it's no good. Rebounded by Powers, who's pushing it up now to Brasic. Brasic on the right wing. He's looking for Powers. Looking inside to Davis, who gets it. Up and no good. Peter Harris collects the rebound. And Powers pops a 3 from the top of the key, and it bounces in for Powers. That was the luck of the bounce there. Chatone Powers, his 9th points of the game. And RB grabs a 5-point lead, their biggest of the game, Matt.
Chatone Powers, Dan. Wow. That's all you got. This guy's amazing.
Chatone, that is his he has 9 points in tonight's game so far. As Chris Green gets it inside. Looking back out, trying to get it into Maley, but Britt Davis is doing an exceptional job on defense. As Bill Clubber pops a 3, and that's up and in. And just like that, LT gets into within 2, and the LT fans go crazy. Brasic will bring it up now, coming up on 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining to go in the 3rd period. And Brasic pops a jumper from the top of the key, and that's good. Tim Brasic. How many times has he done that tonight, Nat?
Quite a few, Dan. Quite a few. Tim Brasic is an exceptional player, Dan. He'll nail a shot from anywhere on the court, corner, top of the key, other corner, anywhere. It doesn't matter for Tim Brasic. He'll even go inside. It doesn't matter to this kid.
And that's up and in by Maley, so he answers right back. You know, the Bulldogs and LT are just trading baskets. RB's winning 35-33. You know, Brasic has 18 points already. He pops a 3, and that's no good off the glass. I bet he didn't call that one.
Nah. Tim's got to call it for it to go in.
Rebounded by Clubber. Chris Green dribbles it down to Clubber. Back out to Forte, who drives in, kicks it out. Maley drives to the hoop, spins inside, off the glass, and good for Jim Maley. He now has 16 points for LT.
The game is all tied up.
Powers goes right to the hoop. There's no foul call. It's just out of bounds on LT. It'll be RB ball. It's number 32, Eric Gardstrom, checks back into the game. And he's going to give number 30, Dave Stavitsky, a rest here. And Chatone Powers will pass it in right now.
With 1:38 left in the 3rd quarter here, Dan, it's all tied up at 35. This game is just as exciting as it started, Dan.
And just when you thought RB was going to break out a little bit after they opened up the 5-point lead, LT answers right back. Britt Davis pops a 3 from the corner. It's no good. Rebounded by Brandon Davis. He gets it stolen by LT. And LT's now going to slow up the pace like they always do. Chris Green, their point guard, will set up some offense here. Try to swing it around, get it inside to Maley, who hasn't rested in tonight's game as hasn't Chatone or Tim Brasic. That's no good. The rebound right back to Clubber. Dave Green tries to pass it inside. You can't see. They got referees in the way. Jim Maley pops it for 3. No good. Rebound by Brasic. Not a single LT shirt around. As Brasic's looking to do it all by himself. Ooh.
Oh.
What's that? Oh, that's a foul.
That's a foul? Oh.
We got lucky there.
It's swinging our way, Dan. It's swinging our way.
Is Tim Brasic? I thought that was going to be.
I thought that was going to be a traveling call.
I thought it was going to be a travel as well. But apparently there was a little contact there, and Tim will get 2 shots out of this, and RB will try to get the lead. And we got some LT fans next to us that aren't too happy about that call.
No, they're not.
They're sitting in the wrong stands though. They should be across from us. As Brasic misses the first. Now Brasic doesn't do that often enough.
Timmy's got to capitalize on these.
Tim shoots 80.4% from the free throw line, so he's normally reliable, as he always is. He misses the first, but he connects on the second, and RB grabs a 1-point lead with 48 seconds left. I wouldn't be surprised if LT just tried to use all 48 seconds here.
Yeah.
Of course, they got to get it across midcourt, which they do. Oh, they're going to get a fast break here. Guardstrom, no good. Brandon Davis might have got a piece of that. And
Britt Davis comes down with the ball, Dan. What a key player tonight. Britt Davis, wow.
It's Tim Brasic at the top of the key. Swings it to Chaton Powers inside to Brandon Davis. Back out to Powers, who wants to pop the three. We got 23 seconds left. Brasic at the top of the key, looks to do it all by himself once again. Spin move, gets it out to Powers. He's looking inside, he gets it right back out to Brasic with 14 seconds left, and Brasic's gonna hold for the last shot here. He's gonna try to see if he can get Britt Davis open on the wing. He's clearing it out. Tim wants to do it all himself. Brasic takes him off the dribble, loses the ball. This is a poor sequence right there for the Bulldogs as Tim just lost.
Hey, and welcome back to Bulldog Classics. The score going into the fourth quarter is going to be 36-35. Your Bulldogs are up. You know, it's a tight game at this point. I'm going to turn it over to Chaton right now to kind of let us know what we're looking at.
Well, coming out in the third quarter, we wanted to play defense.
Sure.
Defense was the main focus of our huddle during the end of the second quarter, halftime. And just coming out and playing defense, and defense starts offense, and Coach always said that. And getting a couple stops on defense kind of got Tim going. He scored a couple buckets in a row, and he carried us majority of that third quarter, defense-wise and offensively.
Sure. So, Tim, what exactly were you thinking?
Kind of just to reiterate what Chaton was talking about. People don't know Chaton was guarding Cortez Forte, who was about 6'3", 6'4". So he was giving up inches. Peter Harris was guarding Jim Maley, who could go outside and inside. He was about 6'5". So we were really focused on, we knew the offense was going to come. We always knew Chaton and I had the ability to break people down one-on-one.
Sure.
We didn't want to have to always rely on that, but we knew we could always do it. But if we got defense and got some stops, it would lead to our offense. So we just really focused on playing good D. We were getting more comfortable with the rhythm game. I got a couple buckets. I was feeling good going to the hoop.
Sure.
I really felt like they had no one who could guard me off the dribble.
Yeah.
That I could just get by people, and I was trying to create for some other guys to try to get them going. And I think Brandon maybe had a couple buckets too.
Yeah, a couple of buckets inside, kind of starting to stretch that defense, make them respect the outside game.
Yeah, so that was kind of what we were feeling and what was going on there.
All right, Coach, you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, you're getting ready for the fourth quarter, and that's the big quarter. So I thought, like Chaton said, our defense was pretty good in the third quarter, and I always relied heavily on Coach Herbeck. Always does the defensive matchups, and he's brilliant at it and did a great job. I thought a huge thing in the game was they had an outstanding shooter, Bill Kluber, and Tim was assigned him and did a real good job of shutting him down. We scouted them a ton that year, and there were games where he would take over just his three-point shooting. He was a smaller player, but he had a great three-point shot. And I remember coming out of a huddle, Tim turned around to ask me a question and got there kind of late, and the ref handed him the ball, and Tim went up and blocked his shot. But I just thought we did a pretty good job on Kluber.
Okay, cool. I mean, defense is kind of the tone for the third quarter, and we're going into the fourth. We're up by just a point, and it's looking like it's going to be a good game. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and check out the fourth quarter.
Hello and welcome back to this last quarter of play. Your Bulldogs are up by 1 point, 36-35 in this playoff game against the Lyons Township Lions. Chaton Powers is about to inbound the ball here right in front of us at half court. Dan, why don't you get in on this?
Well, that last sequence for the Bulldogs came up empty right there, but Tim Brasic has scored over half RB's points with 19. He's gonna need Brandon Davis on the inside and Chaton to connect from outside. RB is struggling to put up some points tonight. They only have 36 through three quarters. Normally they have around 60 or 70. But Tim and Chaton and Brandon have been in there the entire game, so they've got to be getting tired. So you're kind of wondering here, if Chaton pops a three, that's no good. I'm telling you, that three-point contest.
Yeah.
As Maley tries to back it down. It looks like the Bulldogs switched on defense. No, Britt Davis is still guarding Maley. As Maley turns and fires, and that's good. And LT jumps right back in front, 37-36. And Tim will bring up the ball right now and try to either do it again himself or get it into Brandon Davis. They haven't done that much, and anytime Brandon's gotten the ball now, he hasn't seemed to be able to find the hoop. He's got three LT guys around him. Right there, Brandon gets double teamed. Kicks it out to Britt Davis. It's no good. Chris Green comes down with it. He'll bring it up for LT. Now he's going to once again slow down the pace. With 6:55 remaining in the game. Forte, oh, that could have been a double dribble right there. And Eric Gardstrom connects, and LT has opened up a 3-point lead. The Bulldogs have to make sure this doesn't get out of hand, or they're going to have real problems pretty soon. As Peter Harris pops a three, and there's your problem solver right there. Peter Harris pops a three-pointer.
Peter Harris. How many times do you have to say this, Dan? He's the key to this team. I mean, you've got Chatone and Tim as the leaders of this team, but Peter, he's just the foundation of this team. He keeps it together.
You can always rely on Peter Harris, and LT throws the ball away right there, and it'll be RB ball. And momentum swinging right now, and it looks like there's an LT. Oh wait, there's RB guys sitting next to LT guys, which isn't probably the smartest thing up there. It might be a little brawl about to break out up there. As Willie Merrill checks back in the game, he hasn't been in the game in a while. I wonder what's the story with that. Apparently McCluskey liked to play so much of Britt Davis to keep him in there, and I can't argue with him on that. His Powers look to inside to Brandon Davis off the glass and good. That's the fourth time that's occurred tonight as Brandon Davis has 8 points now, and RB jumps right back in front 41-39. I have a feeling this is going to happen, and whoever has the ball last possession is going to come away with this game.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot like that Joliet Catholic game, Dan. Whoever scores last is going to win.
He almost threw it away again. Is Bill Clubberhead at the top of the key, down to Maley. Inside to Gardstrom off the glass and good. And just like that, the game's tied once again. As Tim Brasic will bring it up. Now, I think RB's just going to go with LT's pace right here. They don't seem to be pushing it anymore. Or other than that, maybe they're just tired, but Tone Powers kicks it out to Willie Merrill's looking inside. He swings it to Powers, who dribbles down the baseline, spins, fires up off the glass, and no good. Jim Maley comes down with the rebound. He has 20 points for LT tonight. Brasic has 19 of RB's points. Those two guys have been the keys to tonight's game. And there's an air ball right there, rebounded by Peter Harris to Tim Brasic. Brasic stutters in the lane, no good. There's an offensive foul called. Another horrible call by these referees. Horrible, that's horrendous.
I'm speechless.
The guy was not set.
These refs are making.
The guy was not set, and he was too far under the basket right there.
This is unbelievable, Dan.
You know, as long as RB comes out of this game with the victory, I don't think anybody will be talking about that, but
it's going to be the key point if we lose.
It will. As Jim Maley tries to take Peter Harris off the dribble right now. Fires and it's no good. Tipped up and in right there by Eric Gardstrom. Chatone Powers has it on the wing right now for the Bulldogs. You know, this is a fast-paced game. We can't even talk about anything, really.
I know. As if one team scores, the ball's already down here, Dan. We have no time to say anything.
As Willie Merrill gets on top of the key, the senior guard. He's yet to score in tonight's game. As Peter Harris gets to the top of the key. Back to Willie inside to Brasic in the post. Brasic off the glass and no good. The rim's in and out. Tough luck there for Brasic. And LT has the 43-41 lead. Now, RB was just winning 41-38. 5 straight points by LT, and they're up by 2. And like I said, the Bulldogs just have to make sure to not let this get out to about a 6 or 7 point lead. Chatone Powers bit right there, almost had to steal. And it's down to Forte, who pops a long jumper, and it's up and good. And now LT has a 5-point lead, 46-41.
That's going to hurt later on, Dan.
With 3:40 left to go in tonight's game. As Tim swings it across to Chatone. RB's going to have to answer right here and hold them on defense. And it's a bad pass inside right there, and LT's going to walk it up now. They're going to try to take off.
Hey, Bulldog Classics will be back right after this.
There, and LT's going to walk it up now. They're going to try to take off as much time as possible. LT's, okay, they just changed the scoreboard. Now it's 45-41. So RB's only down by 4. As Maley looks to take Peter Harris off the dribble, but he ain't having none of that. As Green pops the jumper and it's no good, and Peter Harris is everywhere. Gets the rebounds, feeds it to Tim Brasic, who pops the 3-pointer, and it's, I was about to say it's good. That looked like that was going down.
The Bulldogs might be pressing a little bit now, Dan. They need to calm it down, get the ball, get some good looks, and make the shots.
We're under 3 minutes to go in tonight's game. RB's down by 4 still until Chatone Powers goes for the steal. If it's a jump ball, it's going to be LT ball once again. Did they change the possession arrow after the last time, Nat? I don't recall them doing so because
No.
that's a mess up on their part.
Yes, it is.
The last jump ball we had, it was
went to LT. Last jump ball went to LT.
the last jump ball went to LT. This one should have gone to RB, and I don't think they even know that over there. And just watch for that arrow to make sure it switches back this time. And I think he's about to do that, but this one possession can make all the difference. As there you see the light switches. Huh. And Chris Green, mysterious tonight. Oh, none of that. Brandon Davis says, get the hell out of here.
Yes, get out of here. We do not want any of that stuff in our basket then.
There's a timeout by LT right now. It's a momentum swinger in favor of RB. It'll be timeout LT right now. The Bulldogs are trailing by 4. I wonder why they switched the scoreboard right there. Remember, it was 46-41.
Yes, it was. Maybe they didn't. Maybe it was a 2 instead of a 3. I don't know.
You know, with 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining, the Bulldogs aren't gonna can't afford to just come down and pop a shot 1 and out now. They're gonna have to look for the inside. They gotta look for a basket. You know, look inside, look outside, whatever you gotta do. But you know, they gotta be smart about this now because if LT gets a couple more baskets, you're out to an 8-point lead. And this will be tough for the Bulldogs to overcome. And tonight's a really low-scoring game for us too, like I said.
They've got to make their shots count, Dan. With 2 minutes 40 seconds left, as you said, every shot's gonna count. It has to go in. You cannot waste your opportunities.
And up in the stands, it seems some LT and RB fans are starting to get into a brawl right now, get into a heated argument. I hope nothing happens up there,
Be a little interesting.
because they're doing the wrong stand right now, but... Oh, Tim Brasic rejects that inbounds pass to Shatone Powers, top of the key to Brasic, who's feeling it right now. He wants to pop it. He's going to set up some offense, so as Merrill's in the game again. Powers looking inside once again to Brandon Davis, but they're in a zone. They're in a 1-3-1 zone. Can't get it inside, so you're going to have to rely on the outside game right now. And that ball is tipped out of bounds. Will belong to the Bulldogs with 2:17 remaining, and RB still down by 4. We got to come away with the basket here.
Yes, we need a basket here, Dan. We're still down by 2 possessions, and we need to score now.
And there goes a brawl starting up in the stands right now. As RB fans are really starting to get into it as Brasic kicks it out to Powers, who's looking inside, looking outside, trying to find someone to get the ball. As Peter Harris comes to gets it, takes a 3, and that's up and in by Peter Harris.
There's Peter Harris, Dan. That's Peter Harris.
Yeah, I know who he is, Nat. That's his 6th point of the game. A clutch 3 right there. Gets RB within 1. So even if LT scores right here, it'll still be a 1-possession game. There's some pressure right now. That should be a jump ball. There's no way that should be a timeout.
Jump ball.
They have to call that a jump ball. Oh, they're giving them the timeout. That's a joke.
What is going on here?
That is
What
a joke.
is this?
That should have been a jump ball right there.
Can I start booing? Am I allowed to boo? Or am I supposed to be impartial here?
And a law.
I
think
man.
his RB's down by 1 point. And this is a really good game, Nat. Truthfully, I didn't think it would be this close. I thought RB, since we had the home crowd, but you see how many LT fans turned out tonight? I mean, look at the stands right there. That entire stand you're seeing.
That is all LT in that screen right there.
You got the RB cheerleaders trying to get our crowd into it.
44-45 here, Dan. What a game.
As they come out of the timeout with 1:39 remaining.
That's a joke. That was a jump ball.
That was a joke. But at least now if they have another jump ball, it'll be our ball. I guess that's a positive to take out of it.
I doubt it. It was the last one was supposed to be
right in
ours.
front of us. Bill Clover gets it in to Chris Green. I think he's been in there the entire game as well, as Jim Maley gets it on the wing right now. Peter Harris. And they're leaving Harris in there to defend him, and Harris is doing a great job preventing him from getting to the inside. There goes Maley, pops a little jumper, and it's no good. Rebounded. That's a foul. Call that. Thank you.
That is a foul right there.
Thank you for calling that on Dave Stawitsky.
Calm down now, Dave. Simmer down.
That'll be RB's ball right now. The LT coach is getting a little upset at his players. And RB's down by 1 with 1:17 left. This is crucial possession right here. RB has to score. Or at least if they don't score, they got to hold LT. But I would take as much time as you need to. Look for Brandon Davis on the inside. If he's not available, have Tim or Chatone pop one from 3-point range. The Chatone will bring this one up. And Bracek's going to look around the screen right here. Bracek's trying to get back door. Sets the screen for Peter Harris, who swings it to Chatone. We got 55 seconds left. Brandon Davis, that's a foul. Thank you.
Thank you for the foul.
Finally, they call a foul. You can hear that slap all the way over here.
It's about time.
It's Brandon Davis now. This is their 2 key free throws for Brandon Davis right here.
We need at least one. At least one.
He's a 58% free throw shooter, so you got to look for him to get at least one of these down and tie the game. If you can get both, that would be great, but Jim Maley picks up his first foul of the game.
This is really clutch right here, Dan. Davis needs to nail at least one of these free throws. At least one.
The first one is up, and that's in. And RB ties the game, and they're all into it.
This is fun, Dan.
This is exciting. It's Brandon Davis.
Great.
If he sinks the second one, you can bet this place is going to go down. You're going to have some chance of defense from our crowd over there. So Brandon puts up the second, and that's no good off the back of the iron. And LT's going to walk it up now, tie game with 50 seconds remaining. Doesn't get any better than this. Chris Green brings it up. Chatone Powers applying the defense. Forte swinging the ball over to Bill Clubber. Green dribbling to the inside. And that's a foul called on Chatone Powers. And just when you think the referees have gotten smart, they get even dumber, calling him for a foul right there. That's a horrible call. LT will have it out of bounds, though.
At least we're not in the bonus here, Dan. That could have really hurt us there if we were in the bonus.
It's LT. Yeah, they could, Ned. That's a very good point to bring up. RB only has 14 fouls. As LT is holding now, 30 seconds remaining. They might hold for a last shot here as the coach holds up one finger. This is all what it comes down to, Nat. Months of hard work. This shot goes in, and it's at the buzzer. RB's season is over. It's Chris Green is at the top of the key. He's looking to drive in on Chatone. Gets it in the corner, back out to him. We got 12, 11, 10. Jim Maley against Peter Harris. This is what it comes down to. Maley dribbles in, fires, and it's no good. Controlled by Chatone. 2, 1. Chatone, put it up, put it up. It's good! It's good!
Bulldogs win! Bulldogs win!
Bulldogs win!
Bulldogs win!
Bulldogs win! Chatone Powers!
Bulldogs win!
God.
Bulldogs win!
47 to 45. RB comes away with it.
I can't
47.
believe it! I can't
45.
believe it! Woo!
Chatone Powers at the buzzer.
Chatone
And
Powers! Oh my God!
And RB moves on now. The third round, oh my God. That's the best finish I've ever seen.
Down to the last second, Dan. How much more could you ask for? This was great. Oh my God.
And I'm waving bye-bye to the LT fans over here as RB's celebrating. Wow, here we go. Chatone Powers getting carried off of the court. And all these LT fans can go home now.
Yes.
Oh, they're stunned. They're stunned, but we're not. We knew that Chatone had it in
I'm
them.
stunned myself, Dan. This is great.
It's
What
RB.
a basketball game. What a game, Dan.
Wow.
What a game. Oh my.
There you have it. Final score 47-45. The Bulldogs come away with a W. Chatone, what just happened?
I was amazed too by the by my shot, but just leading up to that whole possession, we all knew who was going to take the final shot, and I remember kind of drifting off my man just to help Peter, just in case he needed it, and mainly shot it. He shot at 7, I believe, Coach.
Yeah, 7 seconds left.
And I grabbed the ball, and I remember just going down the court, and I got to my zone. And I fade away, and I threw it up, and going through my head, I was thinking, worst thing that can happen is overtime. I can airball this. I can do whatever. Worst thing that can happen is overtime. And luckily, I hit it, and I remember one of my good friends, Brandon Davis, jumping up and down like crazy.
Yeah, you can see him in the video, actually. He's got his hands up in the air.
Yeah, going crazy, and he's 6'5". So, and getting up, and Tim running over, grabbing me, and after watching the footage, a couple days later, Coach jumping up and down, still gives me chills thinking about it.
Yeah. Tim, what do you think at this point? You just watched your best friend hit a buzzer beater. I don't know.
Yeah, it was awesome. And, people were around us for football, and a lot of people, and then Jolie Catholic came, I threw Chaton a bubble pass, and he just missed it. And, like 2 weeks later, he came up to me, and he was like, Tim, man, if I would have caught that, we would have won. I said, you'll make it up to me. And that was it. He hit the final shot. And, people don't know. I mean, RB hadn't even played for a regional championship in 20 plus years. So this was a regional championship, something that hasn't been done since the 70s. And to beat him against LT with the coach growing up and RB never beating LT, to have it happen the way it happened was a Cinderella story altogether, especially with Jim Maley having the ball. The year before, I watched him play Proviso East. He had 40 points against D. Brown and Shannon Brown and ended their season the year they went down 4th in state. So when he had the ball, I sat there thinking, this guy's about to end my high school career. But lo and behold, Peter Harris gave him a nice little forearm you'll see from the video. Chaton got the ball, and I remember the one thing I'll never forget is when the shot went in, I looked at the ref, and the ref gave the signal it was good. And then I saw our whole crowd just flood, and these poor cheerleaders just get trampled by people, and Chaton got carried off. And it was awesome. It was surreal.
That's just great. I don't know, Coach. What do you got?
It was an outer body experience for me. It was just phenomenal. I remember Coach Stamus called the timeout, and we knew, like Chaton says, everybody knew who was going to get the shot, and a lot of pressure was on Peter Harris, and I thought Maley kind of took the shot a little early.
Kind of forced it up from the elbow.
He shot it with 7, and I just remember Chaton. He jumped so high in the air to get that rebound. It was like Michael Jordan. And then how he covered the whole court in 4 seconds and got it off. And there's always been a lot of controversy whether it was after the horn or before the horn. I think it was before the horn. They got their shot, they missed it, and Chaton made his. And after saying he was was the best finisher in the state, and that was overdoing it with that shot.
Yeah.
So, but it was great.
Great time.
Yeah, I mean, just a great game overall. Like we said before, totally lived up to all the hype that was going into it. I mean,
and also in the 4th quarter, you'll see there was a stretch where we were down 45-41, and being down 4 points is a lot.
Yeah.
In a game that tight, and you could, I think I forced up. I came down and pulled up, shot a 3, missed it, and. It wasn't that we were worried, but you get nervous because buckets are hard to come by.
Sure.
And Peter Harris hit a ginormous 3-point shot.
45-41. He hits that 3, and he did that against Nazareth.
Yeah.
He had some. He wasn't, one of our big 3-point shooters, but his percentage that year was outstanding, and that was his biggest.
He was a smart player, very smart player, and he was always guarding the best player on the opposite team majority of the time if they were bigger. And Harris, he was the glue to the team at points in the season, and I was excited that he was playing for us.
Yeah.
And Brandon hit the big free throw as well. You guys saw he split 1 and 2 to tie it. So really the last couple minutes was the 3, Brandon's free throw, and then the end there. So man, it was just awesome.
Yeah. I mean, final score 47-45. The Bulldogs come away with a W. It's just a sweet victory all the way around.
Yeah.
So, thanks guys for being on the show. It's been a real pleasure having you, Chaton, Coach, and
No
Tim.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys could be here, and that's all we got for Bulldog Classics. So have a great day.